Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and 70 on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Violet Memoir, Leigh's Path. I'm running the latest build, y'all. Apparently the CG artist Shiuk stepped down, and they have another artist who is taking over. So I'm curious to see how the new CGs will look. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. To say her face lit up would be a massive understatement. She looks positively elated at the idea. Definitely. I'd have to talk to my dad, but I'm sure he'll say yes. We have spare room for you and Leigh to share. Oh, is Leigh coming too?
I wish I wasn't being surprised at this as well, but I promised Wallace I'd stay with him, and I still think Charlie's upset with me, so I think it's best I don't go home tonight.
Is it that bad?
Probably not, if I'm being honest. We might be able to sit down and talk it out, but I think it'd be best to leave it be for now. I don't want her to feel smothered. Apparently, I'm pretty bad at that. The laugh he lets out afterwards is so smooth that I can't help but smile along with him. I know it's just my love-struck heart, but it's hard to not feel charmed right now.
God, you two are adorable. If you act like that around my place, I think my dad would feel even more comfortable. As soon as he figures out you guys are gay, it'll be smooth sailing from there.
He wouldn't let us stay if we weren't?
I didn't say that, just that there would be a lot more questions and a whole lot of suspicion. He sounds terrifying. And huge. Honestly, I'm kind of scared what happens when I take a boy home. Maybe I'll find someone scrawny and cute that I could kick their ass in a fight. I'd probably give them a pass.
Is that what you want?
It depends. I don't want him to just be a jittery mess, but you can still be slick in a twig. Give me those thin, roguish types that you see in fantasy movies. That'll be the dream.
You've got a wild imagination.
I prefer to think of it as hunting for someone I deserve. Always set high standards for yourself and never settle for less than good. After all, it sounds like you guys scored pretty well.
We'll see.
You don't think Wallace is a good fit? That's a bad sign.
The teasing tone makes it clear she isn't serious, but that doesn't help to spike to my heart rate at Leigh's comment.
What do you mean by that?
My poker face needs work because Leigh immediately notices my distress. No, don't twist that fuck. Fuck. I just mean, we still have to sort things out. We're not even dating yet.
I know, I'm just teasing. Testing the waters is always a good thing.
Just don't... Sorry, I fucked that up.
No, it's okay. I'll admit, you kind of scared me there for a second, but I know you care a lot for me. Honestly, way more than I probably deserve considering how long we've known each other. Leigh seems like a pretty naturally protective guy, so once he started feeling stuff for you, he was done for. Truly romantic. God, I wish that was me.
Jesus, can we get off this? We'll need to go prepare for staying at Lily's house. How long will we be there?
How long can we stay for? That's a little harder to answer. Maybe for the rest of the week? That's probably the most I could do, and even then Dad might cut it down until Friday. That'll do. Just, see what you can get us, and thanks for trying. Anytime. We all gotta stick together, after all. Just considering me your fairy godmother and maybe your matchmaker.
How about a therapist?
No, that sounds like a good idea. I'll keep that in mind. Sadly, I'll have to cut this short to go call my dad. He'll be working for a bit longer, so I'll need to do this now before he gets stuck in traffic. That's okay, like Leigh said, we'll need to get our stuff. And I'll be taking this.
She scoops up the diary from the table, weighing it in her hands like it's some piece of jewelry.
Huh? And don't worry, I'll give it back. Just consider this incentive to be good. You can't read it by yourself if it's at my house, right? There's a part of me that really wants to argue with her, but I don't know why I'd do that. It's not like it matters at all, and the thought that I want to fight for this makes me feel a little unsettled.
Sure, that makes sense.
Great! Toodles!
Leigh doesn't even say goodbye, just giving her a grunt as he focuses on me. For a second, I thought he was going to probe me about what I'm feeling, but he just stands up and offers me his hand. Come on, your house is along the way.
We're not splitting up?
Nah, it won't save us much time. And I kind of need you to get my stuff from my place. I don't think Charlie would want to see me.
Didn't you just say that you'd probably be okay with her?
That's if we sat down and talked it out. If I just came in, grabbed my shit, and left immediately, she'd be pissed off.
Won't she be pissed at me then?
I doubt it. I think she'll understand that I'm just giving her space if she sees you. She doesn't blame you for anything.
Still feels like I'm being made into a sacrificial lamb.
I wouldn't let anything happen to you.
Alright, it wouldn't hurt to check in on her too, I guess. Maybe I'll tell her Oscar's been trying to get into contact with her.
Maybe I should go in. Might be better than dealing with Oscar knowing everything.
I'm sure it won't be that bad.
I hope not.
Leigh's apartment is just as tidy as ever. It really does seem like whoever owns this place keeps it very well maintained, but as soon as we got to his door, Lee looks much less certain. Are you sure that you don't want to talk to her? I know her. It'll just make her more upset. Still feels kind of wrong. Could you come in with me at least? I think she'd still like to see you, even if you don't talk. I don't think that's a good idea. And you're really sure? Trust me. She'll see you walking in and know what's going on. We've done this song and dance enough times before. You've made other people grab stuff for you when she's angry at you? No, I usually just sneak in the window. That stopped being an option once we stopped living in an only 2-story building. Well, I'll do it. I hope she isn't mad. Wallace, do you really think I would send you in if I thought you'd get scolded? No, probably not. I would have thought you'd have gone in even if there was almost no chance, just to be sure. You're a big boy. Why am I always an adult when it suits you? You always were an adult. I'm just trying my best to treat you like one. I feel like my words are getting thrown in my face. It happens. Fine, I'll go. I checked the text from Leigh one last time to make sure there isn't anything obvious missing I need to ask him, but it's just what you'd expect. Clothes, toothbrush, some medicine, and his phone charger. Leigh unlocks the door and lets me inside. I expected to see Charlie sitting on the couch watching TV, but it's turned off and there doesn't seem to be any signs of her in the living room or kitchen at all. Maybe she's at soccer practice or a friend's place. Then again, I feel like Leigh would have told me if she had soccer practice today. The place looks almost the exact same as when I was here last. I don't know how much Charlie's done while I haven't been here, but she must be pretty independent, even though she's so young. Either that, or she just got money to get a lot of takeout. So you're finally back, huh? Charlie walks out of the bathroom with a scowl on her face. She's not even looking my way, and I get the feeling she's trying to give me the cold shoulder. She doesn't continue saying anything. She's just standing there in the front of the door like she's waiting for something. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Thankfully, I must have taken too long to do anything because she shoots daggers in my direction, causing my fur to nearly jump out of my skin. But it only lasts a moment before a shocked expression covers her face. Wallace? Where's Ashley? Is he fucking hiding in my room? No, he's outside. You thought you still might need some space. Fucking typical. Decides to side with Dad, now he's acting just like him. What a dickhead. That's not really fair. You know that isn't what he meant. Her expression drops, and it's like all the fire drains out of her. It's strange seeing her so out of energy that it leaves me speechless. I know, but that doesn't excuse what he said. He was an asshole. You wouldn't get it. You don't know how bad it was. He told me the things that happened. Oh, not all of them, but some things. He did? That's surprising. He doesn't like sharing that unless he has to. Makes sense, though. He really likes you. Did you want to talk to him? I could probably tell him to come inside. Not unless he's willing to sit down and fucking talk about this shit. I don't want some half-assed sorry and then he leaves to go rail his cute boyfriend. We haven't... Not the point, Wallace. I'm guessing he's just coming over here to get something, right? Yeah, my nightmares have been getting worse, so I thought it might be best if I stay at Lily's place for the week and Leigh offered to join me. Of course he would. That idiot would hammer a nail into his hand if he thought it'd help someone. You don't think it's a good idea? No, I agree with him. If it's as bad as it sounds like his company might help. Maybe I'll come over tomorrow, hash shit out with Leigh, and keep you company as well. That sounds amazing. I think Lily would love that, maybe. Probably best to ask her yourself. Yeah, I haven't really been checking my texts. Not really been in the mood. Oscar's a little worried. You should probably send him a message. Though, I have a feeling I know what you two would end up talking about. Let me guess, you two did some couple shit out in public. Gross, man. No, well, yes, but it wasn't that bad. Chill, man, I'm just messing with you. I mean, it is a little gross, but that's because it's him, not because of you. Just thinking about it makes me want to hurl. Didn't you have stuff to get? He's gonna get worried if you make him wait. Then he'll come in and God knows what happens then. Right, I should do that. You're way more of an airhead than I thought. Just head into my room. I'm gonna chill on the couch and see what I've missed. And just like that, she leaves me alone as she whips out her phone and chilling on the couch, still opting to keep the TV off. I'm left standing there surprised at how abruptly that ended. I guess things weren't that serious between them, but it sounded pretty bad. Then again, when I got into fights with Marcus, it was kind of like this too. Sometimes I'd absolutely hate him and refuse to even acknowledge him, but he was also my best friend, so I cared about him more than anyone else. I'd be mad, but if he needed me, I probably would have been there in a heartbeat. I have a feeling it's the same thing between them. Things are a little strained right now, but they're willing to talk it out and move on. They just need time to do the talking. But for now, I need to focus on getting what he needs. I don't think he'd appreciate waiting out there too long. It takes a little bit of searching to find exactly where all of Leigh's stuff is kept. I considered going out and asking Charlie to be my guide, but it sounds like she's finally getting back into a good mindset. Annoying her might not be the best thing to do. So I searched through the single set of drawers, trying to remember if Leigh told me exactly where he kept his stuff when I was here last. I could have sworn he did, but I didn't store that hard enough in my memory. That is, until I find a very familiar pink shirt. It's the princess crop top that he wore earlier. It's situated alongside many other similarly risque outfits. There's a temptation to look through all of them, but I don't think he'd appreciate that. Or maybe he would. After all, we are... Never mind. Either way, I have a feeling he'd rather be here with me if we did this anyway. But just as I'm about to push it away, I decide to grab out the crop top, just in case he wants to wear it again. He did say he missed them. Couldn't hurt to bring one, right? I shove it to the bagpack I brought with me to store Leigh's belongings before returning to my search, though it doesn't take me much longer to find his regular shirts in the middle drawer next to the one containing Leigh's high school era. After filling up the bag with a few of them and making quick work hunting down the pants, I'm done with the clothes. Grabbing everything else would be a breeze. Charlie helps me find his charger, which is connected to a port hidden by the couch he sleeps on, and points out which of the pills I'll need to take with us. There's quite a few in there, but she just said they don't use most of them anymore. I don't really know what most of these are, but the main thing I bring with me is an ointment and pills, neither of which Charlie thought were very, very needed for just a week away, but that she didn't argue much. Before I knew it, she was shooing me out the room, though she did do one final checkup on me to make sure I was doing well, as well as teasing me for being cute with Leigh at the cafe. Oscar must have told her. He wasn't even trying to hide that he was watching, or was very bad at it. By the time I'm out of the room, I feel much more exhausted. Leigh's just leaning against the opposite wall on his phone, though right now he's just watching me with an amused expression. You took your time. She wanted to talk. I can imagine. She wasn't mad at you, right? No, she was really nice, actually. I expected her to be more upset. She's a smart girl and way too mature for her age. She's not going to take it out on someone who doesn't deserve it. I knew you'd be fine. She's still kind of scary, though. It's a bad habit of her. It doesn't help that she likes it. She enjoys intimidating the boys. She's not going to get a boyfriend like that. I have a feeling she wouldn't appreciate hearing that. What's she going to do, get mad at me? She already did that. Right. Hey, Leigh? I'm not going to like this, am I? I just wanted to say, maybe you shouldn't come with me to Lily's. It sounds like maybe the two of you should talk things out, and I didn't see him moving across the room, but I certainly felt his hands on my shoulders, forcing my attention on him as he stares deep into my eyes. Wallace, kid, I told you. I want to be there. You're not forcing me to do anything. We'll be fine. I'm her brother. Hating me sometimes is her job. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!